Hey everyone, I wanted to just sort of be as candid as possible, so I'm making sure that this video is not edited or anything. Um, I am so grateful to be alive today. One of our friends emailed us, or not emailed, texted us a picture of what they saw down in Pasadena of the fires, and we were going to bed, and because that text was sent, we were able to get out of there in one piece. We had no time. It came very sudden, the wildfire that is, and I'm grateful that we were able to alert some of the neighbors, so that they were able to get out of there. Conveniently, there were some suitcases that weren't unpacked yet, um, out of sheer laziness, from when we went home to Ohio for Christmas. So there was a lot of things that allowed us to stay somewhat clean and have clothes. There's a lot of reasons to be grateful. For starters, my studio, this, used to be out of my garage. And over the years, I've spent a lot of money on equipment, which probably not the best use of money at this point. But I'm so grateful because this stuff is so expensive. I would never in a million years be able to replace it. And so I'm so grateful that I moved to this new space away from my home because it would all be gone. There's a lot that I lost in the fire. And yeah, I'm really bummed. I mean, who wouldn't be? I had a signed copy of 75 Years of Marvel by Stan Lee that I had signed in person. And it's a huge book. It's like I can't even fit my hands big enough on the screen to show you how big it is. It's just like it's huge, very thick, like this thick. Um, I wouldn't even touch it with anything. I use gloves anytime I handled it. It was something I cherished and kept safe for years and years, and that went away. There's a lot of things that went away that had value to me. All of my board games that I've collected my whole life just gone. Um, that stuff. What's not stuff is pictures that weren't digitized, or the big stuff. My neighbors. I don't know if I'll be neighbors with them again. And even if I am going to be neighbors with them again, it's going to be years. That's if we're all lucky and somehow we can afford to rebuild. Or the town that I called home, that I would go to the local coffee shops or the diners where people knew each other. Altadena, for being part of LA, it wasn't like what people think of LA. And to be honest, the assumption that people have of LA is false anyway. And part of that's to blame on the movies, because the movies make LA look like it's just rich people and fancy cars and all of that, but it's primarily hard working class people that have families and have loved ones in their community, in their town, and like just like every other place, small town America. It's LA, so it has this bad rap. Um, but I loved my town. And I say that past tense because for the most part, it's not there anymore. And that's hard. I'm not going to cry or anything. To be perfectly honest, when this first happened, I wasn't feeling anything, to be honest. I was just sort of in mission mode, make sure my kid has food, and figure out, where we're going to sleep, and so many things that were on our minds, at the time. And we're so fortunate. we are so fortunate. And and I guess what I want to say is like even the most fortunate people are really struggling right now because it's a lot. You know, that was my dream home and it was finally done and it's gone. So proud of that place. It was supposed to be my forever place, you know. I miss my neighbors. I miss seeing them every day. We had a really close relationship. We still have a close relationship, but it's hard because like everyone's so all over the place now. No one knows fully where everyone is, and we're just happy to know that most of them, not all of them, made it out alive. Some didn't, and I guess what I want to say is I've always been a very caring person. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just saying like I genuinely care about people, and I had that perspective to begin with, but after this, I couldn't possibly care for people more. I care so much. And once we rise out of this ash, once we find a way to feel normal again, once we have homes and feel pride in where we are and what we're doing and all of that, um, it's going to be my life mission from here on out to help people who might be hit with a natural disaster that's unexpected. I want to really help out people. In fact, I want to help out so much that I've decided that at least 50% of the earnings that we ever make from this channel, I want to give to that, which is not a business, not a good business choice. And I'll probably have to talk it over with some people, but I want to give as much as we possibly can to natural disasters and have a fund that's started and always there in preparation for when bad times hit, because a lot of people are being very cruel about what's going on here in LA. And at least for the first few days, it really felt like the end of the world. Um, I was terrified. I was so worried about my son. He just turned 3 and he lost all of his birthday and his Christmas gifts. And he's having nightmares at night and it's horrible. I'm actually, this is the first day I've been able to like talk like a functioning person. Um, I don't need people to give money. I don't need people to even spread the word. But you know what would be really, really nice is if more people could be compassionate. If you have something negative you want to say to someone who's already going through hell, keep it to yourself. That's the least kindness you can do. Don't make things worse. We need to be nicer to each other across the board. It's the world could be so beautiful if we actually gave a crap about one another. It's time we start giving a crap. And I'm going to start proving that every day in however way I can. Because this is our world. We live in it together. We need to start caring about our neighbors and our friends and our loved ones and strangers. Just because you don't know someone doesn't mean it's okay to treat them cruel. And I know the internet is the internet, but I'm telling you right now, I would never in a million years say some of the nasty things to anyone that has been said to me and my family. And then on the other hand, I have to say, oh my God, I've come to realize even with how hateful those comments and those things that people are saying about us are, I am blown away with how kind everyone is, and sending my kid toys and clothes, because he really didn't have any. You can think logically when something like this happens, but you also don't think anything like this would happen. And I can tell you right now, I grabbed so much useless stuff that could easily be replaced instead of stuff that couldn't be, because you can't think clearly. All you can think is, I have to get me and my loved ones out of here because I love them. And that is always what's important. But at the same time, it doesn't excuse people justifying being cruel to you just because you came out alive, because you still lost so much. I have to wait years to maybe see a semblance of the town that I grew to love, that was my home. If that happened to anyone, I would feel terrible for them. And thankfully, most people out there have hearts. And it's made me feel even stronger love for everyone, even the most heinous people. I've decided I cannot spread negativity anymore. Energy is real, it's palpable, it's in your thoughts, it's in your actions, it's in your words. And if someone's going to be horrible or negative, I'm not going to attack them back. My answer and solution from here on out is just to find something positive to say about them, because obviously if you're that negative, you must be hurting or you must have struggles. So I'm going to counteract that negative energy with more positive, because we need more positive energy in the world. That's why we're feeling the way we feel every day, why it feels so apocalyptic. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to say. I want people to know that this was the hardest thing that's ever happened. I've lost so many loved ones in my life. We all go through breakups. That's hard, but like, this is just different. It's a whole different kind of grief that I've never experienced, and I really hope it never happens again. And I really hope that my son comes out of this and forgets it at some point, because right now it breaks my heart sometimes. Anyway, I love all of you, no matter how mean or kind you are. My heart goes out to everyone who's struggling in the wildfires right now. And my heart goes out to everyone who's not. Like the victims of the North Carolina hurricane and all that stuff. I want people to know that I care, and I'm gonna make it my mission to show that. So, all right, love you.